When I started out travel nursing, one thing I felt like was kept under wraps and never fully explained was the travel nurse contract. What is it? What details should it include? What if I want to stay longer? And what's the deal with contract cancellations? We'll talk about all of this and more. Hey everyone, I'm Audrey. In today's video, we're talking about all of the details that go along with travel nursing contracts. We'll talk about everything from contract length, understanding cancellations, and even the different types of contracts that you may not even know about yet. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to hit that like button. We're all about empowering you with knowledge and resources you need to take charge of your travel nursing career. So feel free to drop any questions or share any experiences that you've had with travel contracts in the comments below. Let's unpack everything you need to know to navigate your travel nursing contracts with confidence. Your travel nursing contract lays out everything you need to know and agree to for a particular assignment. Standard components in these contracts often include the basics, like your facility location, your assigned unit, the duration of your contract, typically ranging from 4 to 26 weeks, and the shifts that you'll be expected to work each week. It should also outline any special expectations for your role, including any on-call obligations, holiday requirements, facility cancellation policy, etc. And importantly, they break down the financial aspects such as your pay rates, stipends, overtime, and bonuses. Taking the time to read through and clarify anything that confuses you is key to your experience. Remember, this contract is not just a set of rules, it's your safety net. Let's dive a bit deeper into some of the details we just mentioned. First up, stipends. Apart from your base rate, travel nursing contracts often include tax-free stipends to cover housing, meals, and incidentals. These stipends are specifically designed to help you maintain a comfortable standard of living while you're duplicating living expenses while you're away on assignment. Stipend levels do vary by facility and the time of year. They're set by the U.S. General Services Administration. You can look up allowed amounts on their website at gsa.gov. To learn more about stipends and learn if you're eligible to receive this tax-free portion of your pay, be sure to check out our other video on travel nurse taxes. Your contract will also outline what you'll be paid for each type of hour that you work, whether that's overtime, callback, holiday charge, etc. It's important to know that these rates will vary depending on which agency you're working with. Facilities have a set rate available to pay an agency for each hour a travel nurse works. This is called the bill rate. The bill rate is then allocated between the parties involved in the transaction between you and the facility and your various rate types. Did you know that when you work with Trusted, part of your pay is not being allocated to a recruiter's commission? That's right. Your Trusted Nurse Advocate is not a recruiter and does not make commission. They are your ally in your job search, a fellow nurse with your best interest in mind. You can learn more about what factors impact your travel pay in our other video on travel nurse salary. Let's touch on something here that everyone needs once in a while. It's time off. Whether you're planning a vacation or need a personal day, know how your contract addresses time off. Travel nurses don't accrue paid time off, and it's important to ensure that all of your needed days off are listed in your contract prior to signing. This affects your work-life balance, so don't overlook this detail. Address any upcoming needs with your nurse advocate during your offer negotiation stage. Let's not forget about other job expectations like floating and being on call. Floating refers to being assigned to different units if your assigned unit doesn't have the need for you on a particular day that you're scheduled. Floating is a common expectation of travelers, so try to approach your travel journey with a flexible mindset. You're going to learn new things. And if you're contracted on a unit with call requirements, just keep in mind that you must be available to work during those on-call hours, just like if you were on call as a staff nurse. Understanding these expectations up front are important to setting yourself up to a fulfilling experience. We all know that travel nursing comes with adventures of all kinds. Sometimes needs on your unit will fluctuate, and that brings us to facility shift cancellation policies. Your facility's shift cancellation policy outlines what happens if a scheduled shift gets canceled when your unit just doesn't have a need for you. Often facilities have a set number of times that they can cancel a shift during a certain time period. Within that allotment, You will not receive your hourly pay if your shift is canceled. If they cancel you beyond that set allowed amount, though, you will still receive your guaranteed hours even when you don't work. It's essential to double check your facility's cancellation policy and understand the possibilities that come along with that so that you can plan your finances accordingly. So, how long are travel nurse contracts? Standard travel nurse contracts often range anywhere from 4 to 24 weeks, with 13 weeks being the most common duration. But here's the thing, this isn't a one-size-fits-all scenario. Contract length availability varies based on hospital needs, but the beauty of travel is that you can choose a contract that works into your timeline. Now, picture this. You're nearing the end of your assignment and you've really hit your stride in your current location. You've made new friends, you still have so much to explore in the area, and you're not quite ready to leave at your current contract end date. So what do? Extensions can be a golden opportunity. Once you've decided you'd like to stay a bit longer, you should go ahead and let your nurse advocate and your manager at the facility know. If the facility still has needs as they plan ahead, they can offer an extension and keep you around for longer. Before you sign your extension, though, consider the terms of your current contract. Is there anything you'd like to change? Any upcoming time off you need to plan for? Now is your time to ask. Extensions allow you to further solidify your professional relationships, all while giving you the stability of what's next, at least for a little while longer. And if Wanderlust is calling, that's okay too. You can keep your original end date. New contracts and new locations await. Did you know that there are several different types of contracts that you can take as a nurse? Let's break them down. First up is the standard travel contract. These are your traditional assignments, often spanning 13 weeks. You pack your bags, embrace a new city, and embark on a new chapter. These contracts are fantastic for adventurers eager to explore new cities, adapt to various facility types, and accumulate a wealth of experience. But what if you're looking for higher pay and more flexibility than your staff job can offer, but you don't want to stray too far from home? Enter local contracts. You're lending your skills within your region, cutting down on extensive travel, while still enjoying the flexibility and perks of being a travel nurse. This type of contract is great for those of you who are not eligible for stipends for one reason or another. Local contracts don't include stipends, but still allow for the higher pay and flexibility that comes with temporary employment. Sometimes you don't travel far enough to be eligible for tax-free stipends. Or maybe you've extended so many times, you're no longer eligible for them from a tax perspective. You can read our guide on travel taxes linked in the comment below to further understand these circumstances and why you may want a local contract. Now, let's address strike contracts. These are rapid response assignments, often in locations that are urgently needing nurses to care for patients while a dispute is worked out during a nursing strike. They're intense, fast-paced, and require a huge amount of flexibility. Strike contracts are for those who are ready to jump into action, thrive in high-pressure environments, and don't need a longer-term commitment. These contracts often end abruptly. So, which path resonates with you? Are you the traveler on the move, the community cornerstone, or the strike warrior? Each journey is unique, shaping your career and life in unforgettable ways. So, you've signed on for an exciting stint in a new city, but life throws a curveball that derails your plans. What happens if you need to cancel your contract? Are there penalties, and how severe are they? Canceling a contract can indeed have consequences. Some agencies enforce penalties, often financial ones, for backing out before your agreed term ends. Trusted does not do this. We know that life is unpredictable. If you find yourself in a tight spot, we just ask that you handle the process professionally. That means open communication. Talk to your nurse advocate, explain your situation honestly, and give as much notice as possible. Most healthcare facilities and agencies understand that life happens, and they appreciate candor and early communication in these situations. Preserving professional relationships is crucial, as you always want to keep doors open for future opportunities. After all, you never know where life will take you. But there's another side we need to discuss. What happens if a facility needs to cancel a contract? You've made all these plans, you're all set to go, or you're already settled, and then suddenly the rug is pulled out from under you. It's crucial to understand that just as life is unpredictable for us, healthcare facilities also face changes that they didn't anticipate. Why might this happen? Sometimes it's budget constraints, or perhaps the patient census dropped significantly. Other times, it might be an internal restructuring, or even an unforeseen closure of a department. Regardless of the reason, it does create a pressing question. What now? Take a breath and reach out to your nurse advocate. They're there to support you and can help with reassignment options. The goal here is minimal downtime, and fortunately, the high demand in the travel nursing field works in your favor. While cancellations are definitely frustrating, try to maintain a positive attitude. It's not the end of your journey, it's just a detour. And sometimes detours lead to the most unexpected positive opportunities. While sometimes cancellations can't be avoided, let's flip the script for a moment. How can you, as a travel nurse, prevent your contract from being canceled? Understanding how a manager may think about making cuts to their roster of travelers can give you an edge in maintaining your position. First up, attendance. Remember, your presence there is because there's a staffing gap that needs to be filled. Facilities will be more inclined to retain reliable travelers. And yes, unexpected circumstances arise, but your commitment is under the microscope. If you do have to miss a day, proactive measures like trying to swap shifts or picking up extra hours showcase your dedication. And as always, communication is key. Inform both your unit and agency about any necessary absences. Show them that despite hurdles, you're a team player. Next, let's talk about escalating any concerns. Understaffed, high-pressure environments are common scenes for travel nurses. And when you're handed an assignment that's outside of your comfort zone, your response is critical. Advocate for yourself, but also contribute to finding a solution. Offer assistance in areas that match your skill set. This will show your flexibility and commitment to patient safety. After the shift, have a constructive conversation with your manager and nurse advocate about your concerns. Discuss what happened, the resolution, and seek guidance for future instances. Your professionalism can turn a tricky situation into a testament to your adaptability. Lastly, each facility you work with will have its own unique set of rules. It's not about knowing everything immediately, but about showing your initiative in learning and adhering to their guidelines. Ask, clarify, and re-ask if necessary. Seeking confirmation from your superiors isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of professionalism and your commitment to maintaining standards. In all of these situations, the recurring theme is clear: communication, professionalism, and a willingness to adapt. These are your safeguards in a realm of unpredictability. They set you apart and may just be the deciding factors that secure your contract. We've unpacked the details of travel nurse contracts, explored the various types of contracts available, and discussed how to navigate extensions and cancellations. Each clause of your contract is a building block of your working relationship with the facility and your agency. Understanding your contract's intricacies doesn't just protect you, it sets the stage for a successful and fulfilling assignment. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Share your stories or tips in the comments below. Have you faced a challenging contract situation? How did you handle it? Your story could be the guidance that a fellow nurse needs. If you found value in this video today, give it a like and share it with your travel nurse friends. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel for more content designed to help you navigate your travel nursing career with confidence. We'll see you next time.